Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Cassandra Bell, and this is the Wise Woman Wisdom Energy Report for the week 22nd right through to the 28th of February, with a new month starting on the 1st of March next Monday. So, what a what a huge half an hour, 40 minutes it has been, because this is the second time that I am recording this. The first time, actually, I got to double check it. The first time I did not have the microphone on properly. I thought I'd got past that, but okie dokies. And so the last 30 minutes was not recorded. Oh my God. But that's okay. That's okay. It was such a good little energy session as well. That's okay. It was good for me. Okay, so again, my name is Cassandra Bell, and this is our energy report for the Wise Woman Wisdom and for all the amazing wise women that we have in this group, and for those who visit the website as well. Today is the 22nd of the 2nd, which I think is fantastic. I love the numbers. And when I first recorded this, the time that I recorded it was 1:11:22. 1:11:22. Okay, which I thought was, oh my God, how amazing. So I want to share with you those numbers because it means so much. And I think you really should receive that synchronicity as well. Okay, so I'm going to get into it because I've already done it once before. And we're going to run through it, and I'm hoping that everything that came out, because it was channeled, it was all coming through channeled, and I'm hoping that you guys will get the full message because it was huge. So if I jump around a little bit, please bear with me. I want to make sure that you get the full message with all the energy, because there was so much transmissioning through, and I really want you to receive that in its own totality. Okay, so let's get on to it. Today, when I was actually shuffling the cards, they came out so quickly. We only got 2 cards, but it came out so quickly. It was meant to be. And the interesting thing is that beforehand, like, I get the feeling for the week coming through anyway, and because of everything that I'm going through, and the operation coming up, going on to medication prior for the ADD, all of this sort of stuff, all these changes in my life, I thought, well, maybe it's just me. Like, the feel of the week is just for me. However, the cards have certainly proven that it's not just for me, it is for all of us this week. So the feel for the week, and I normally have all this written down, as you know, but I haven't got any of it written down. But the feel of the week is all about community. Okay, it's about asking for help, and it's about accepting help, and it's about giving help to your community. It's about understanding who your community is, your place in that community, and whether or not you need to check in with your community. Okay, do you need to put more effort in? Do you need to go through your community with discernment and make a decision on whether or not this is still for you? What is your community saying about you? As in, if you're not happy with your community, then why do you still have that community within your life? Time to go and find your true community and your place in that. But it's not just about receiving from your community, it's about giving back to your community as well. It's about giving a part of yourself, okay? It's about stepping up and taking action within your community, whatever that action may look like for you, okay? But even when we're asking for help or we're giving help, we have to receive first, and we have to use discernment second. Or no, we have to use discernment first before we give or receive. Okay, so make sure, check in with yourself. Does this feel right? Does the giving of this feel right? Or does it feel like there's something attached to it? Okay, So have a look at all of that sort of stuff. Um, and this is actually going to be a much more condensed version. I can already feel it. So the cards for today actually really reflect that feeling of community, because we have our first card. I don't know if you can see that. Soul family. Okay, it's all about soul family. And the interesting thing about soul family, is that it's not just all love and light. Okay, it really isn't. It's also about the lessons and the growth that we receive from other people who may not be coming across with all the love from their physicality that they should be. Okay, so we're just going to go into it a little bit, because I actually went through this earlier, but our soul family consists of the people who we have made contract with prior to coming to Earth. Okay, it's the people who went, okay, we're going to work together so that you can learn a lesson and I can learn a lesson, and this is the growth that we both want to achieve while we are within the physical realm. Okay. Now, at the time, we might not have actually said this is the vehicle, or this is the experience that I want to undertake to learn this growth. Okay, we have just only gone as the energetic beings is, I want to grow in this area so that I can learn discernment, or I can learn love, and unconditional love on a physical level. I want to learn whatever it may be. So that's the space that we've come from. And then when we come into the earth plane, into the physical realm, the 3D realm, everything gets really complicated, okay, because we have a physical body, we have an energetic manifestation going on, we have emotional, we have mental, we have all of this stuff, and then we're also dealing with other beings who also have all of that stuff. So we're learning genetic issues, we're learning social issues, we're learning all these things which then get in the way of the actual growth that we have made a decision to undertake, right? So the experiences that we then go through to learn this growth may not be the experiences that we expected. They may be even more traumatic than what we could ever think of. Okay, and a lot of the time it is. It doesn't mean when we go through these traumatic things, it doesn't mean that we've asked to go through that traumatic stuff. Doesn't mean that we've asked to go through all the pain and all that experience. It's not our fault. We haven't asked for it. We've asked for a growth in something, and this is a manifestation to allow it to happen due to all the confusion and the distortion, okay, that has happened to the energetic being helping us and to us and our energetic self. Okay, it comes down to all the distortion and all the confusion that being a physical embodiment brings to the table. Okay, I'm not saying that they're not at fault. I'm not saying that you're at fault. I'm saying that the physical representation of the soul that made a contract with you so that you could learn something and so that they could learn something is now in a space of distortion, just like you are, and of what was that other word? Distortion and misalignment. Okay, because that's what can happen when we're in the 3D space. You can think about it. What did our parents teach us that they were then that they learnt from their parents, that learnt from their parents, that learnt from their parents? So that's a genetic distortion, right? Then you have the social distortion where you have socialization. You can see it in segregation. You can see it in racism, of genderism, of all that sort of stuff. You know, you got all the social distortions as well, let alone all the emotional and the mental distortions that we have, because it's not acceptable to be a certain way. And you know, we think differently and all the rest of it, and to be able to work within the normal everyday 3D reality can be quite difficult. So when you have distorted, misaligned beings, then the growth opportunity doesn't always look like an opportunity at all. It looks like trauma. Okay. So I know that's a really big thing to wrap your head around. And I know I'm talking about some pretty big concepts as well, and they may feel a little bit woo woo, but bear with me. Okay. We can see it in a logical point of view. So person A, they might have had a horrific childhood, and they've learnt things that may not be correct. Okay. Now, they can then be a part of a community who supports them learning a new way in a loving space. And then they can make the change and they can grow and they can become a better person because they're actively trying to be more aligned and less distorted. Person B, same sort of trauma, but is then placed in a society or a space where it is not loving. It is not about growth. It's about punishment, and it is about placing them in a box and shaming rather than healing and growing. So of course they're going to continue on the way that they've already been, whether it's going to make the trauma worse, whether or not they're going to perpetuate worse traumas. It all has a way of distorting and misaligning that being even further. Okay. And we who have made contracts with these people may or may not understand, or we may not know that they have gone into such distortion that they are no longer able to provide the lesson, the growth from a space of light, of alignment, of joy, of love. Okay. And so therefore our trauma becomes even worse. Okay. And it's a repeating cycle. Yeah. Because then we're holding on to that. So our soul family, it isn't all about love and light. It's actually about growth. It's about looking at who the people are in our family, in our life, who are bringing the opportunities of soul lessons, who are bringing us opportunities of growth, or who are asking us for the opportunity for growth and lesson. Okay. So it really does come into the whole feel of community, of asking for help, for seeking for help, for giving help, and having discernment around that. This is why it's so important to come into alignment within yourself, because when you're in alignment with yourself, the distortion begins to fade away, and you can actually work on that soul level even when other people are not. Okay. So that's why we work so hard to do it. It's not about being the voice and being the Dalai Lama or anything else like that. It's actually about coming back home to self and realigning with your light. Okay. So soul family, knowing that this is part of our community, we're asking you to be discerning, be compassionate, be open, to give, to receive, to hold space. Okay, for yourself and for those that you are helping in their own growth, whatever it might be. So that's all about soul family. Wow, that was a hell of a lot deeper and definitely a different feel than before. So this is what it was all about, okay, is that soul family. And I want to just talk about soul alignment. When our soul family is in alignment, we actually start working together Okay. And more importantly, it doesn't matter where we are, we actually start um, um, supporting growth, okay, from distance. So you may have an experience where your soul family will also feel the effects of that experience as well, for whatever reason, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. But, or for lesson learning, whatever. You'll actually start working as your own energetic community. Okay, so find the alignment, use your discernment, and find what your place is, where your alignment is, and really bring that distortion back to very minimal so that you can get on with the job at hand of growth, of shining your energy, of being the beacon for others. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that at the moment. Okay. Because I know that I'm running out of time. Our second card is the manifestation card. Now, I love this card because we're manifesting, right? So, our soul family, we're working towards all that space. We're understanding that we're a physical being, we're an energetic being, and we're working with the distortion and the misalignment of the 3D world, and we're trying to bring ourselves back into that space, right? Manifestation is something that we have been taught by so many people that we have to be a certain way. We have to have a certain vibration. We have to have a a space. We have to be an a certain God. We have to be a certain vibration, a certain alignment, a certain mindset, so that we can manifest. But that is not the case at all. And this is where Wisecraft comes in, guys. Okay. So if you're wondering what Wisecraft is, this is pretty much part of it. Okay. So Wisecraft, no, we're going to go into that later. So manifestation, we manifest. Manifestation is all about being co-creators of the universe, right? So we are co-creators of our own reality, and into that co-creation becomes manifestation. So we manifest what it is that we want to experience, yeah? So we've all heard pretty much that line right across the board, okay? But what we haven't heard is that we manifest daily, and we reap the rewards of that manifestation every single day. Don't believe me? When was the last time you told yourself it would never happen and it never did? Or, better yet, it would never happen and the worst case did happen, right? Because deep down within you, you knew that even as you said, oh, it will never happen, you had that seed of fear, right? The times when you thought, I'm just not going to have enough money. It's just, it's not enough money. I don't have enough. And just when you get enough money to pay whatever bill it is, you had another bill. And of course, again, you didn't have enough money. That's manifestation. You're manifesting that you do not have enough money, right? Those people who go, I always have just enough for everything I need. And so you literally have just enough to meet your every need, not your every want, your every need. Okay. What about my personal favorites is the parking ferry, which I did this like just on Saturday, I think it was. I did this and I was like, oh my God, I should take a photo and tell everybody in the group, because this is part of it, right? I completely 100% believe in the parking ferry. 100%. I know that every time I say, okay, parking ferry, could you please make sure I have an amazing park? I need a park. I need an easy park and I need a great park. Thank you very much. I will always get an amazing park. I will always get a great park. It's just that simple, because I 100% trust that it's going to happen. I don't think twice about it. I just give in my request to the parking ferry, aka the universe, and it happens. So much so that on Saturday, I was like, I have to go to Carousel in Cannington. And I went up the ramp and I'm like, okay, parking ferry, please. I need a really awesome car park, nice and easy and fairly close if you can. Thank you very much. And as I went up the ramp and I could see the parking sign, it said full, parking full. And I'm just like, really? I'm like, no, parking ferry. She's organized my park so that I'm fine. And I kid you not, I just went, okay. And I did not believe the sign one little bit. I turned right, and I kid you not, I went past two lanes, turned right again, found a park straight away, less than 4 minutes walk. Like, it was a 2 minute walk to the entrance of the car, under shade, perfect spot, right next to two large cars who'd actually parked further away. So I knew my car was safe. Fantastic, right? Absolutely fantastic. But it's a manifestation. And it's so much easier to believe a small manifestation like that than what it is for all the big stuff, even though we do big stuff every single day. We manifest our money every single day. We usually manifest it away rather than to us. That's the difference. We are co-creating a space of lack, because that is what we are manifesting, rather than a space of abundance and overflow. Okay, and it really does come. And I'm going to be honest, it's not as easy as just that. But once you start understanding some of this stuff, then it becomes as easy. Okay, it really, really does. It's just wrapping your head around it. It's having faith and going from there. So back to the card. Manifestation. This is a week of manifestation. So it's really asking you, what are you manifesting, especially in your community? Okay. What seed are you planting for yourself and future generations to come? What are you reaping from your manifestation that is now impacting you? What community do you want to manifest around you? What do you want to provide to your community in the time coming forward? Okay, so it's all about that manifestation, soul family within your community. So start off with discernment, find your alignment, and go from there. Yeah. Okay, so that's manifestation and soul family. We've also talked a little bit about contracts. We've talked a little bit about law of attraction as well, and how you can go about it. And we'll do a little bit more of that at a later date as well. So that's the energy report for this week. Feels like I've just been talking for hours and hours. And I know that my voice changes when we're doing all this sort of work as well. So that's kind of cool, knowing and understanding that. But that's our tangent. That's our energy report for this week. And we will be doing another one, of course, next Monday, start of a new month. So that means a new deck as well. And this week on Friday, we have our gathering and our first Wisecraft Masterclass. So later on, maybe tomorrow, I'll actually share a little bit about, or tonight, I'll share a little bit about what the Masterclass is all about, or what the Wisecraft is all about, because I think multidimensional Wisecraft, we really need to talk more about it. We need to simplify what's going on so that you guys can take a better grasp of your alignment, so you don't become distorted, and so that you can start co-creating with joy rather than fear. Okay, so we really want to get that manifestation happening for you guys, for me, for the universe at large. We really want to do that, because how much of a better space will it be when we're all coming from a space of joy and happiness and love, right? I know it's really woo-woo today, but that's part of it, isn't it? It's actually part of it. So yes, this Friday we have the gathering, we have the masterclass. If you want to be a part of it, then get your tickets. Founding members, instead of buying your tickets through Eventbrite, let me know and I will organize you the special price that you will always receive for life. Okay, our beautiful founding members, you will get the lifetime price in regards to this, so you will save some money. And on Sunday, we have our our business day. So share away on Sundays, share your event coming up, share your business, share who you are, share your passions, guys, share your dogs or your cats or your pets, get involved. This is your community just as much as my community. And I only just sort of twigged community, guys. community. This is our community, and we want to create the best, most supporting, amazing, loving space so that we can all grow, we can all be aligned, and we can all be co creating a joyous and amazing universe around us. And if you haven't seen it yet, definitely watch the interview, our podcast episode this week with Danae, and oh, share your feedback, because I know that I find Danae just so peaceful and calming and joyous and grounding. And I'm sure that you guys will too. So please watch that and share that. Share your comments, and yeah, make sure that you interact. Let Danae know how amazing she is, especially when, you know, we've got Evie with us at the same time, and this is such a symbolic part of our group, that we are women and we are multitaskers and we are doing everything from passion, while at the same time we are looking after kids, we are looking after homes, we are looking after relationships. And I just think it was just such a joy to be able to do that and to share that with our wider community. So that's it for me today. You'll probably get this later on this afternoon. Have a fantastic day, an amazing week, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Ciao.